you've ever asked yourself, how can I get the swing and the golf game that I've always imagined without trying every tip, every training aid, watching every video after video on social media, then this podcast is for you. Welcome. I'm Daniel Guest, and welcome to the Imagine Golf podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Imagine Golf and PXG. All right, Imagination, today is FORE Friday, 4 left. Actually 4 straight. My ball's starting to curve to the left, but not crossing the line, which is the ideal draw. So that's good, man. Actually played a virtual round the other day and shot a 77. So considering I need a knee replacement, that's pretty good. But look, today is FORE Friday, where we give you a tip, a tool, a strategy, something you can take to the course immediately to lower your scores and have more fun playing the game right away without changing your swing. And we do that in 4 minutes or less, starting now. So it is the second of the year. Happy New Year, everyone out there. Listen up. Look, we are definitely stripping away all the fluff, right? So we are, when you look at the calendar, right, the beginning of the year for a lot of us, especially in like the northern hemisphere, if you would, right? Clubs are in the garage, clubs are in the basement, clubs are put away. We're playing indoor golf if we're lucky enough to do that. Maybe you're every once in a while you're sneaking out for a frosty 9 holes where it's like, between 40 and 50 degrees, the ground's still frozen. Your drives are going 300 yards. You're playing winter rules, and you get the point, right? But a lot of us are not at our peak golf season, right? For sure. And it's the time of year. I would call. I'm doing kind of air quotes here, like the gear acquisition, the gear acquisition, not accusation, acquisition kind of syndrome, right? Like, you're scrolling the internet, you're looking for different gear. Oh, by the way, there's new drivers coming out. You're watching some reviews of the new clubs coming out. You're watching reviews of new putters. You're watching videos of putters. You're reading about, this gear, that gear. Oh, here's a new training aid, right? That promises to knock 10 strokes off, right? And by the way, none of this stuff is new, right? It's not like, you're doing it for the first time, right? You're doing it because it's that time of year, right? The same way that everyone does these New Year resolutions, right? That's a whole nother pod. We actually did a podcast on that a long time ago. But look, I'm the first guy for new gear, right? I love new gear, and especially with the technology today, if you're buying the right new gear for your game, it's great, right? But you can make more of an impact on your game, right, spending about $20 than you ever could spending $600 for new gear, right? And how would you do that, you're saying? Well, look, how about you commit to reading one good golf book this year, right? One good golf book this year. And heck, if you could do it in January, that's even a bigger bonus, because if you read one good golf book in January, I guarantee you'd read another one, right? There's a bunch of reasons why we should do it. Number one, it's the cheapest thing you could ever do to get better at golf, right? You can learn and get in the mind of some of the world's best teachers, right? And there's a bunch of them out there, right? You could, if you just Google them, Harvey Penick comes to mind. Bob Rotella from the mental side comes to mind. How about some of the best golfers? Jack Nicklaus, even Phil's book, titled Phil, amazing. Bryson has a book out now. So, you can get insight into these people, into what they do or don't do, what their mindset is. And you can do that, in the privacy of your home, in your home, right? Every night, if you wanted to, you put it on your nightstand and just read a little bit and get a little bit more insightful, right? So that's first and foremost. Number two, it provides like these, I'm doing air quotes again, like mental reps, right? So you may not be able to swing a club right out there outside today because of the weather. I get that. But reading about, let's say, course management, or reading a great story about the history of the game. I'm a big historian of the game, and it always fires me up, right? To read, oh, I remember that shot, and this is what, Tiger was thinking when he made that. But it keeps your golf brain engaged, right? It allows you to, kind of visualize shots that you've hit before, scenarios that you've done before without even, leaving the confines of your living room or your man cave or whatever. And number three, it gives you perspective, right? Sometimes I see students, and I'm included in this as well, where we get so caught up in our own swing mechanics that we kind of forget what the game and how much fun it can really be, what the game is really all about, right? So, a great biography, right, or a book on golf architecture, or how Pinehurst came to be, or the 1972 Ryder Cup team, is a really good way that can kind of shift, how you think about the game and your mindset around golf, right? And who knows, you probably learn a bunch of stuff too, right? In all those stories, right? So instead of like fearing a certain piece of the game, a bunker as an example, right? You may appreciate as an example, and if we're talking about architecture, why a golf architect puts a bunker where they put them, right? That shift in perspective has been proven to like release tension, right? And less tension on the golf course, as you know, means better swings, right? And that's really it, man. That's my 4 minute challenge to you, right? Before this weekend is over, I want you to buy, borrow, or steal, right? Or download, right? Because, I don't read as many books as I do listen to books, right? I do think reading is a different experience, but you get the point, right? But I want you this weekend to beg, borrow, or steal, or buy, right? A book on golf, right? And if you're looking for recommendations, I got 10 of them. I'll drop them in the notes, right? Two that come immediately to mind. The first book we recommend all the time is Ben Hogan's Five Fundamentals, right? And Bob Rotella's Golf is Not a Game of Perfect, right? Those two books, if there are two Bibles, right, in golf, those are it, right? For multitude of reasons, I won't even go into it. Harvey Penick's book comes to mind, right? And you can read that thing. My God, it's a little bit of a little story, if you would, or a million little stories in one book, if you would. You can read that little red book in like small 10-minute chunks and get a ton from it, an absolute ton from it. So look, it doesn't matter which one you read, right? But just don't overthink it. Just pick one, right? Upgrade your software this year with a new, audio book from, Audible or whatever, right? Download the book and read it on your Kindle. Heck, print it out. I've printed out some of these books, and imagine that if you went to Barnes and Noble or whatever, an actual bookstore in your area, right? And picked up a golf book. God forbid, man. Right? When was the last time you did that, right? Hardly ever, right? So look, that's it. That is an easy tip that you can do right here, right now. It's perfect timing for the end of the year, or excuse me, for the end of the year and the beginning of the year, right? The end of the year is gone. So get your book and get your mind right, or righter, right? And learn something about the game of golf. All right. Until next time, thanks. All right, then. That's today's podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the follow button wherever you get your podcasts, and be sure to check out our site, imagine-golf.com. Check out our YouTube page at Imagine Golf, and we're on all the social media platforms. I'm the same, at Imagine Golf. And here's to getting you the swing and the game that you've always imagined. Hey, Daniel here. Look, let's be honest. We all have that one golfer in our one or two golfer in our lives who is one bad round away from throwing a club, snapping a shaft, or even worse than yet, buying new clubs for a bad golf game. Or maybe even that golfer is you. This holiday season, stop guessing and start getting better. Right now at Imagine Golf, we're offering up to 20% off all golf lessons and gift cards through the end of the year. Whether it's a single tune-up or a full season transformation, give the gift of lower scores and more fun on the course this year. Because at the end of the day, a better swing lasts way longer and a better game than just a box of balls. Visit imaginegolf.com today and grab your gift cards and save. Imagine Golf, because golf just doesn't have to be that hard.